Hi class, today we're going to read a passage about classifying triangles. While reading this passage, you're going to be using a reading strategy called Gather Up Facts. You should have a worksheet in front of you with the reading passage at the top and a graphic organizer called Bucket of Facts at the bottom. The purpose of this reading strategy is to stop and think about the facts that you learned in this reading passage. We're going to do the first two paragraphs together, and then you're going to continue and do the last three paragraphs on your own while filling out your graphic organizer, and then you're going to have 5 comprehension questions at the end. So let's go ahead and get started. The first paragraph states, every triangle has 3 sides and 3 angles. The angles always add up to 180 degrees. There are some differences in triangles though. You may have noticed that they can be shaped slightly differently. They can have different size angles. They can have sides that are different lengths. There are 3 kinds of triangles. Triangles can be equilateral, isosceles, or scalene. You'll see that it says stop and fill in the bucket, so we're going to go over to our graphic organizer and we are going to fill in our bucket of facts that we've learned. We learned that all triangles have 3 sides and 3 angles. So we're going to add that to our graphic organizer. All triangles have 3 sides and 3 angles. What else did we learn in that paragraph? We learned that all of the angles add up to 180 degrees. All angles of a triangle add up to 180 degrees. We also learned that there are 3 different types of triangles. There's an equilateral, isosceles, and a scalene. So we're going to go ahead and add that. There are 3 types of triangles, and I'm going to put the names of them. Equilateral, isosceles, and scalene. Oops, I spelled equilateral wrong. So I think those are the 3 most important facts that are in paragraph 1. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to move on to paragraph 2. Paragraph 2 states, an equilateral triangle has 3 equal sides. It also has 3 equal angles. The 3 angles of an equilateral triangle are each 60 degrees. They add up to 180 degrees. It says stop and fill in your bucket. So what did we learn in that paragraph? We learned that an equilateral triangle has 3 equal sides and 3 equal angles. An equilateral triangle has 3 equal sides and 3 equal angles. And on the parentheses, I'm going to put 60 degrees. Now, you can put that they add all the angles add up to 180 degrees, like it states at the very end of the paragraph. But we already have that up here as all angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees. That's completely up to you. What we're going to do is I'm going to read to you the last portion of the art passage. I'm going to read the next 3 paragraphs, but I'm going to stop at the end of each paragraph so that you can independently fill in your graphic organizer of Bucket of Facts on your own. So here we go with the 3rd paragraph. The second kind of triangle is an isosceles triangle. An isosceles triangle has 2 sides that are equal and 1 side that is different. It also has 2 angles that have the same measurement. The 3rd angle is different. The 3 angles add up to 180 degrees. Now stop and fill in your bucket. The next paragraph states, the last kind of triangle is a scalene triangle. A scalene triangle has 3 sides that are different lengths and 3 angles that have different measurements. However, the 3 angles still add up to 180 degrees. Now stop and fill in your bucket. The last paragraph states, triangles get a second name based on the kind of angles they have inside. Sometimes all the angles are small. If they are all less than 90 degrees, the triangle is called an acute triangle. If it has one right angle exactly 90 degrees, it is called a right triangle. If it has an angle that is more than 90 degrees, it is called an obtuse triangle. The names can be used together to describe triangles very precisely. For example, you can have a right isosceles triangle. It would have 2 equal sides, a 90-degree angle, and 2 45-degree angles. Now you're going to stop and fill in your bucket. Now I want you to use your graphic organizer to answer the next 5 comprehension questions. The questions will pop up on the right side of your screen. 4 of them are multiple choice and the last one is a short answer response. Answer them to the best of your ability. Here we go. Question number 1. What is the sum of the angles of any triangle? If you chose 180 degrees, you are correct. Number 2. If a triangle has no equal sides and no equal angles, what is it called? If you chose a scalene triangle, you are correct. Number 3. How many degrees are in a right angle? If you chose 90 degrees, you are correct. Number 4. What is a triangle called if all the angles and all the sides are equal? If you chose an equilateral triangle, you are correct. Now number 5. In your own words, explain what to look for if you want to classify a triangle. If your answer included something about the side lengths and the type of angles, your answer will be scored correctly. We will be reviewing this concept tomorrow again in class. Have a great day.